Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara Om Sahana Bhavadu Sahana Vunattu Sakaviryam Karavavakai Tejasvinavadidamastu ma Vitvishavai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Om Sargasthiti Pralayakedum Achinta Shaktim Vishveshwaram Vidida Vishwam Anandamurtim Nirmukta Bandhanam Aparashuka Amburashim Shri Vallabham Vimalabodhakanam Namami Yasya Prasadat Ahameva Vishnuhu Mayyeva Sarvam Parikalpidam Cha Ittam Vijanami Sa Atmarupam Tasyangri Patmam Pranadosmi Nityam. Om. Namaskaram. So we are studying the Vaakya Vritti. The Vaakya Vritti is a text by Bhashyakara expounding, illuminating on the Mahavakya tatvamasi. You may wonder, but if it is a Vaakya Vritti, understanding the meaning of a sentence, what we have been doing so far is understanding the words. Patha vicharam, we are doing it. Well, normally, when you decode a sentence, a compiler works in a computer. When it decodes it, it takes each word, a token, and understand what the word means. Cognizantly, we do the same thing. When somebody talks to you, the brain processes each word and attach a meaning to it. And then the meaning, when it becomes a logical, coherent flow, because a vacuum is, after all, a well-ordered samugam of pata samugam. Is it not? So it sounds very logical to go through this pata vicharam, and therefore the acharyas have given us the way to inquire three padams. What are the three padams? Tat, Tvam, Asi. So what are we studying right now? We are studying Tat Padam. When did we start that? From the 11th mantra. So let me break the suspense. See, when we can do all this patavicharam and everything, so you will assume, therefore, we do the tat patavicharam, tvam patavicharam, asi patavicharam, presto, you'll get the meaning of it, so we know it. Is it not? That's how it is directing us towards. But you see, knowing and naming anything in this world is possible only when it has got an attribute, a ground for its. In other words, you can do naming and forming only in your transactional world. I'm going to remind you what is this transactional world I'm talking about. We think it's a real world, right? The reality in Advaita Vedantam, to understand it, because there are a lot of critics. This is not a time to answer the critics. We leave it aside. Bhagavan has prescribed for our understanding the reality. Something is real or fictional, is it not? The opposite of real is fictional. Sat and Asat. Now, the fictional doesn't exist. In the transactional world, it's called a Vyavaharika. The Advaita Vedantam gives 3 dimensions of this reality. This is very easy to understand if you just be with me. Right now, I'm saying something, you are hearing. You are driven somewhere to the class, or you've been, you had to go somewhere. All this or that, the transaction going to be there. Relationship is going to be built, because after all, life is a function of relationships and actions. All this happens in this world, vyapara, vicara, transactional thing. So here, everything there's an entity and an attribute. When you design the database, entity, attribute, relationship. Every entity got an attribute, there's a name, then you can relate to it. So this language helps. So knowing and naming requires a transactional world, transactional reality. Therefore, here we are in the transactional reality. We are trying to put some names and meaning to certain words, but this cannot give you the truth, because in the transactional world, you don't deal with the reality. What do you mean I don't with reality? I deal with you, deal with everybody else. I deal with my job, with my house. Is it not real? It looks like real. In Advaitam, we use the word not unreal. It's not asat. It's not fictional. You are not fictional. I'm not somebody's bad dream. I exist in front of you for your experience. So therefore, I am real to you. But this is not eternally real, because it goes to go away, it unmanifest, it decays, it destroyed, it comes and goes. When it is there, yes, there is a experience of it. When it is not there, it is not there. So to differentiate this from something which is eternally there, we need another word. It cannot be asat, like a cold fire. There's no cold fire. See, in the transactional world, we say entity attribute means there is a dharma and there's a dharmi. Fire means hot. Water is cold. There's a dharma, dharmi. So everything like that. So the word that we use for this apparent reality, it doesn't exist all the time. What is that? You know it? Mithya. So Satyam, there's a Mithya. To clarify the Mithyam very clearly, we say, what's the difference between these two? Vyavaharikam and this is called a pradipashikam. Pradipashikam means imaginative, illusionary. Give an example. I dream. The dream doesn't exist when I am cognizant that I was dreaming. So when the cognition happens, that world ends. But during that world of dream, that is real to you. You enjoy the dream, become nightmares. So therefore, there is a kind of a vyavaharikam there, but it collapses once you come to cognition that it was a dream. So the difference between the transactional world and the dream world is just the time. Everything exactly same. No, I would have had a fantastic dinner. My tummy is full, but I go to bed. I may have a dream of hunger. I'm wandering around looking for a restaurant. I find a wonderful restaurant. I go there and eat. I feel full. All this you can experience in the dream. So everything exactly like the transactional world and dream world are exactly same, but there is a difference. The difference is time. In the dream world, it's a durita kalam. Time is very different. It is not such a unscientific assertion I make. Because if you are a true scientist, you will accept that is the case. Time is relative. Time here is different from time in India right now. The speed of time is different. It is proportional to the speed in which you travel. If you go to space, the time travels differently. So in the dream state, time is enormously fast. So I may be married to a lady I like. I would have got a children, become old man. I would have got a grandchildren. Everything can happen in a dream. So that is a mithyatvam. The dream is a mithya. Well, okay, dream may be a mithya, but nothing here is mithya. No. Here also things come and go. You look at a mirage, your water, in the summer days, you see water on the floor. That is a pradipashikam, that is illusion. No, 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 no. Mirage is real. Of course, mirage is real. Mirage is in a vyavakarikam. It's a transactional. I can see the mirage. But the water there is pradipashikam. The water there is illusion. So it doesn't mean that Vyavakarika is a separate reality and there's draw a line and then you jump into the pradipashikam. No, they're all together. I see a rope and the rope in the distance looked like a snake. I am frightened. I'm shouting and I'm trying to take a stick to beat it up. So for me, the reality is a snake there. But somebody brings a light and says it's not a snake, it's a rope. The moment I see that as a rope, the cognition comes as a rope, my snake pradibhashikam, the mithyatvam is gone. So, but when I see rope is satyam, in a vyavakarikam, it is satyam. You see? I'm alluding to an important point here. So we deal with this so casually, When you put into Vedanta, it looks like very difficult to understand, but it is because it is so reasonable, so logical. Vedanta is not difficult to understand because logic is very easy to understand. So I can put names and forms to this. But something which is timeless, that means it does not come and go. Spaceless, it fills everything else. Formless, no form. Imperceptible. How can I give a name to that? So if I cannot, that is Satya. That is Satyam. Now, the tatvamasi, all the three words are pointing towards that eternal Satyam, and it's going to give a bonus. The Satyam is you and I. That's a liberation. We get it. But in an intellectual process, the Satyam is what is being revealed. Because it is timeless, formless. It is a seer, not the seen. How can I use a word? How can I understand this tatvamasi vakyam with a language? What is a pada vicharam going to give me? So what is the way of doing it? And see, Vedanta does not give you anything wasteful. If we do a pada vicharam, there is a purpose for it. But it is going to lead you towards a point of no return and say, the pada vicharam made you to shed down, cut down the darkness. See, when you take a word and a meaning, there is a sambandham. The sambandham is what you're using it. Sambandham means is a sangatvam. This is asangatvam, unattached. You can't put a word and a meaning to it. So the what is indicated by tat, tvam, and asi cannot be understood by the vachyartha. So I need the lakshyartha. Lakshanam I need. And it is going to say that lakshanam is Shuddha Chaitanyam. Tat means Shuddha Chaitanyam. Tvam means Shuddha Chaitanyam. Some people say Asi equates both. No. Why you have to equate? When you're equating two things, there are two different things. Equation is forging unity of two different things. Finding similarity is identification. I don't say I am equal to me. Why should I say? I am ekam satyam. So asipatam, therefore, is not an equating term, even though it is vachyarthi means you are, just existence. Asipatam also means Shuddha Chaitanyam. So Tat is Brahman. Tvam is Brahman. Asi is Brahman. So what is the Vakyam going to say? Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. Because it cannot tell you anything anymore. Yato vache nivartande. Words cannot say. That's why Dakshinamurti sits there with his silent eloquence, and the disciples are learning everything because you cannot use the words. So I'm not going to disappoint you by saying this. What I'm saying is the Vaakya Vicharam is not going to reveal to you, but it's going to make you equipped to realize within yourself. So that Daya Shagaram is what we need. That compassion is what we need. That we take these words and go through it, and the words will point out, like mother shows the Chandran, if you want to see the full moon baby, see, look at the tree there. Yeah. You see the branches there. Yeah. You see second branch where there is a flower. Yeah. And look at through the gap. And then you see the sun. So like that it is taking you. Okay, I digress because I think somebody asked the question yesterday. So I just wanted to say, just the wording alone it's not an intellectual process. It is a self-revelation. But still we need to go through the intellectual process. Okay. What we saw from the 11th mantra onwards, the Guru said, straight away give the lakshyartha. You are Sat, Chit and Anand. That means you are the eternal, unchanging reality, not the pratibhashikam, not the vyavakarikam. And to do that, he showed that you don't have the Shaktikaram, you don't decay. I can say this baby wearing underpants and 2 years old on the floor is me. This boy climbing the tree is me. This young man wearing a tie is me. This old man is me. I say, my form changed, but I not changed. So nirvikaram I have. So all this we saw. Then it used a technique called Drishdrishya Vivekam. If you are able to see something, what is seen is not you. Because they are different. The mic is not me, the computer is not me, you are not me, the tree is not me. So the body is not me. Therefore, the mind is not me. Anything I see, I am not me. So who am I? I am the seer. I am the awareness. I am the chit. So we've gone through certain mantras, 15 to 23. We saw that it is chit swarupam. All this is logical reasoning. So this is you have not realized it yet. You may be able to now write a paper, give a lecture that why I am a Sat Chit Swarupam, because you can quote, you can intellectually argue. Great. But you have not realized it yet, because that comes a different part. Probably you realized it, because you can't say that you realized. It's beyond the words. You all may be a realized soul, I don't know. But that is something adhyatmikam. Now, we come back to the transactional part of it here. So having got that you are the Sat and Chit and Anandam, we start in 24th. We saw the 25th mantra. I think we finished with this one. Let's just touch it. Parapremas Stapadaya Manabhuvam Aham Sata Bhuyasam Yadyodrashta Sohamitya Avatarya. Paraprem. See, prema means, we discussed, prema means love. Vedanta took a very straight, direct teaching. It doesn't want to beat around the bush. Vedanta said in the 24th mantra, you are not just the Sat and Chit, you are Anandam. How do you prove it? I am full of sorrow. I am grieving. How can I say I am Anandam? You are not grieving, your mind is grieving. You see the mind. Therefore, you are not the mind. Therefore, you have a mind that is grieving. Well, it affects me. No, don't get affected because you see it. But I need to cure it. Yes, do something to cure it. I can't cure it. Let it be. Because the grief did not come to the mind as its swarupam. The mind was happy yesterday. It is grieving today. Therefore, tomorrow it will not grieve. So why I have to worry? If I am really keen to, sort out this grief, I do something about it. What is the point of worrying? Like Bhagavan asked Arjuna, oh, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm worried. I said, who are you to worry? Karpanya dosham you have. See, in life, when you have a problem, sometimes people, how are you? No, you are fine. I have so many problems. So I'm really worried. Well, you are making a contradictory statement. If you have a problem, you are lucky. You have something to do. You can engage and solve the problem. So your response should be solving the problem. But you say, no, this is not something I can solve. This is beyond me. If it is beyond me, you cannot solve the problem. You cannot worry. So worry has no place. Either you do it to solve it, or you just accept it. So this argument, my mind is grief, therefore I am grief, sorrowful, therefore I'm not a Suga Swarupam, that is illogical. There's a negative way of arguing that. What's a positive argument? Positive argument is, we saw in the last class, just I want to recap to you. I like things which are giving me Anandam. Who doesn't like Anandam? Raise your hand. Everybody likes Anandam. I don't know what Anandam is, but I like Anandam. I like Sukham. I never complained. Every day I get up in the morning, so happy I am. I'm smiling all the time. My mind is full of joy. Doctor, help me out. We don't say that. Because you take it. That you think it's your subhavam. And if you like something, maybe it's beautiful, it's safe and all that, but you like something because you think it is going to make you happy. So happiness is what your pursuit in life is. The like desires come because you think something is going to give you happiness. Therefore, what you like is happiness. Or happiness is what you like. Any argument on this? No. Now, let's take this statement. I like happiness. I like me. No, I don't like me. Nobody can say that. Even why do you don't like me? Because I'm ugly, I am poor, I'm thin. But then why are you worried? Because you like you so much, you don't want to be ugly. You don't want to be poor. Because, see, if you like it, I can do udasinam, no, I don't care. So even the worries that you have about yourself because you like you more. No, I like my mother and father more. Well, mother and father are gone. Have you gone with them? I cannot do that. Why? I need to live in this world. Mana abhuvam aham sada bhuyasam. No, I love my wife. I love my lover. I love my husband. We are so anyonyam. Yes. Why is the word anyonya? Because don't see a difference in each other. That means you want to bring it to you. See, if I like a flower, what I do? I can't resist. I pick it up, smell it. So much I can do. Put it in my pocket, or I can even eat it. Because I just cannot resist something which I love is away from me. What do you try to do? Consumption. Even this Sri Purusha Aikyam is that you love somebody, you want to be with them. The physical relationship like that. Same with the mental. Anything you do, anything you love, you want to be one with that. Abhedam is what you lead. Why is that? Because you cannot accept something that you love, something that gives you anandam is something external to you. It is my internal one. So is it difficult to understand that you are Suga Swarupam? Everything, every behavior that you have, every attitude you have, is to look up to you as the Suga Swarupam. So this is the technique Vedanta used, and we understand therefore. Please don't worry saying that I love myself. It is not a selfish thought. Because unless you love yourself, you can never love anybody else. Of course, there will be some stage where you have the Sarvatma Bhavam. You don't see anybody an enemy or anybody alien. Everybody is yours. Then your love comes out to everybody else. If somebody is loving everybody else, somebody is doing seva, because that person truly loves themselves, oneself. So never ever lower yourself. Never ever think, I am sad. Never ever hate yourself. We easily hate ourselves because we compare. Mind is a monkey. What, you work for so many years, you have just one house. Look at him, you got 20 houses. Oh my God, I don't have. Whenever I see him, I get jealous. I'm angry. I don't like myself. I made a mistake in life. How sad it is. Why inviting trouble into your mind? Because all this mithyatvam will go. So we established that. So in this mantra, 25, so everything you like because it gives you Anandam. But the Paraprema, the supreme love that you have, Aspada Daya means the object. Paraprema Aspada Daya, the one in which you have the supermost love, whatever it is, that one, that is yourself, Mana Bhuvamaham, Mana Abhuvamaham. Let me stay, let me be here. Because you don't want to part away with the thing that gives you happiness. Let me be here. Aham Sada Bhuyasam. Let me always be here. Let me not die. Let me not. All the time we say, we don't want to die. I want to be with this world. I want to do these things. Well, I don't agree, you say. Some people commit suicide. Some people go to the war and sacrifice a life. Willingly they do. So they don't say, I want to live in this world. But see, you have to understand, even there, in a way they are better than us because they didn't identify this body as themselves. A guy or somebody who commits Atmahati, suicide, and die because, say he takes a typical case, he is suffering from grief and he has some moham, some prarabdha karma, he thinks wrongly and say, look, I'm going to die. Why he dies it? Because he thinks by committing suicide, he will be happy. So why he thinks that? Because he thinks happiness is something which is not this, something else. But we know happiness is yourself. So if you're committing suicide also, you are only doing it because you love you so much, but you misguided by who you really are. Same way, a great soldier goes and fights and then he gives his life. So he thinks his whole existence is that principles of patriotism. That is what gives happiness. So the aham bhava is that tyagam. So everything that you think people do willingly is only for atma trupti, atma realization. So he says here, yaha parabrahma aspadadaya aham sada bhuyasam man abhuvam aham. So that cognizance, that awareness that you have, that spark in you that you have, that inner voice that you have, soham id avataraya. Take that as you. So here he finishes the Ananda part. So he has now given you for Tvam padartham that you are not the body, mind, senses complex. You are the Atma, that is Sat, Chit, and Ananda. I just wanted to give you a little exercise for you to go through it, so that when you go to the next part of it, we'll understand it better. So the Guru asks me, you learned this Tvam vicharam. Tell me who you are. So I tell, teacher, I am just the name and the form. What you see, what you get. I am Raja, this is my form. And you may say, I am Lakshmi, or I am Saraswati, and Rama, I am Krishna. So when I say that, you say to yourself, let's walk through this. Then Guru says, no. You may have different names. I want truth. Then you say, okay, my name, maybe whatever it is, I choose the name I. Therefore, I am I, and I have personality. So if I say this to the teacher, or Saraswati Mami says this, or Mukund says this, Balaji says this, all the same. I is my name. I have a personality. So what is a personality? You say, well, personality is how I am perceived by others. That means it is not you. Well, I am defined by how others perceive. You see how I start? I am depending on others. So I am how I am perceived. Of course, I do something to make others perceive me in a different way. I was an angry man, now I am a nice man. I was a poor man, I am a reasonably rich man. So I cultivate my personality. Personality shapes. Everybody sees me. So just my form. And they call me by a name. Whatever name they call me, you can call me, my name is I. Guru says, expand the personality. What do you got? Then you say, well, I am with the physical form. You see me. So as a personality, you know that I am a British Indian, 5 foot 7 inches or whatever. All that you can see, physical. You may see me as someone who is very sensitive, got a good sense of humor, or an angry person, or a sad person. So I project an emotional traits in me. So that emotions and my physical form, my intellectual form, situation make me behave in a way. So you see my behavior pattern. You may not see my emotions. Emotions, sometimes I hide it, but I behave driven by my emotions and my intellect and my mind. So you can form a value system about me based on how I behave. Of course, intellectual. So you can add so many attributes to this. Therefore, there's a collection of things. Remember, if something is not there before, something comes now, and something will not exist, that is pradipashikam or vyavakarikam. That's not satyam. That is mithyatvam. So this personality you're building is mithyatvam. It looks real in this transactional world. When I say I am an angry person, you can try it. Call me a name, I'll bounce on you. I prove it to you, right? So it looks real to you. But maybe tomorrow I'm not angry at all. So this I have the personality built around me by the world, by myself, voluntarily or involuntarily, is full of mithyatvam. So Guru says, you're not defining your I yet. You're saying what all you have. That's not you, right? Because what you say now, your personality today will not be there tomorrow. So what you said about you today will not hold good tomorrow. So did you tell the truth or false? So then I says, is it not your body, mind, everything is insentient? The Guru asked. They are all matter, concepts. Anger is a concept. Body is a concept materialized in the physical form. They are all inert. No. Guruji, I am talking about that inert part when they're activated. I'm talking to you. Oh, okay, you meant that. Fine. How did you get this animation to you? Now I have to come with something else which I not defined before. Yes, I have a life energy. So I, therefore, have all this personality, but it is imbibed by a life energy. Is it the pranamaya kosha? No. Kosham itself is a cover. Prana is a life energy, but it is an evidence of life energy. Prana is like, the wall was damp because there was a rain. The effect was a dampness in the wall. Literally, there is a dampness in my wall right now. So the pranamaya kosha, the respirational part is another sheath, but it is because there is a life energy which lights up all my embodiments. Breathing happens. I live. I am alive with the prana, the life energy. The prana is not the respiration part. Prana is this Mahashakti. So now to define who I am, I have to now somehow move away from the mithyatvam to something. Life energy. I still have a question. How do I get the life energy? So I look at the Guru and say, I come so far. Then he says, but all the forms that you said, everything changes, right? Change means it comes to existence, it grows, it transforms, it decays, disappears. The Shat Vikaram, you can take in anything. It's not only a human form. In anything you take, there is astitvam. There is some existence in some form. Somewhere there is a hydrogen molecule, oxygen molecules, atoms. Jayate, that becomes a water vapor, then becomes a cloud. It rains. The sun takes away, goes away. So anything you do, it goes through this parimanam. So that parimanam ultimately ends. So are you defining yourself as something that will end? Can you ever comprehend the thought that I can be non-existent sometime? How does the thought sit in your mind? Uncomfortable, because that is not truth. How can the awareness be gone? When somebody is dead and people say, oh, he's gone, oh, nice man. Why are they taking his body? So his body is gone. But where is he then? But if he is finished with the body, is no more there, then whole drama of life is waste. Whole dharma is waste. Whole God is waste of time. Why I need a God? Because my life is going to end and then I'm going to be completed. Who cares? It's an accident. I'm here. Enjoy life. Why worry about dharma? Loot, rape, enjoy. That's not the case, right? Even if you believe life has to continue, have reincarnation, then when the form goes away, something must be there. So if you look at this picture, the form gone, physical, emotional, behavior, intellect, everything is gone in the death. So what I have? The form is lost. I have a life energy and I am trying to define. But the form is not there. Nobody can perceive. No personality. The guru is not going to come and ask you who define yourself because he can't see you, he can't perceive you. But now you know he may not see you. That is his incapability to see me. But I do exist. Because if you come through this step, you cannot negate yourself. Yeah, I lost my personality. My body is decayed, body is gone. But I am full of life. Nobody sees me because they can't see me. So what am I? I am lingering with no body as nobody. Perhaps you are lingering with no body, but you are not nobody. You are I. You are you. Body comes and goes. Mityatvam. So, well, that doesn't put me in a comfortable position because I can't communicate to anybody. I can't enjoy anything. I'm just lingering. Some life energy. What is the life energy for? So, what do you want? I want a way to express myself. That means you have to somehow get into another form. That's the only way, right? Because if you can't express without an instrument, you can't express. But if you want to express, you need an instrument. The instrument is the body. Therefore, the life energy which I have has to somehow find another body, another form, another personality to emancipate. Okay, will that happen? It should happen. Why? I didn't wish to happen. Why does it happen? Well, the I that you say didn't wish to happen, that I, you don't even know who that I is. You're struggling to define. But you take ownership because of the ownership that you take. And when you have the personality and whatever you did with the ownership that I am doing it, you have to experience its results. Why? That's the law. That is only fair. If I do something, I must get the results. And if I do with the cognizant, with the assertion that I am doing it, I must want the results. But before wanting the results, my body decayed because it's just rotten. Well, then you take another body. And what do I do? Experience it. So that what causes me to take the body is also the part of the personality unperceived by anybody else. That's called a karana sarira. So when I'm wandering with the karana sarira, propelled by the life energy. I am still trying to define who I am, but I'm now maybe a trapped, wandering life energy. I say the word trapped because I now realized I am in the bubble of coming and going because I did this one. That entrapment happens because I do not know who I really am. So that cocoon is called avidya, darkness. And you are happily in the darkness, have a life energy, enjoy things. If you are a good person, you learn good things in life. You do dharma, you do punya, you do punya palam. The punya palam finishes, you start all over again. Punya pabam mixed. You are a rich person, but cannot eat food. You don't get hunger. You got a fantastic bed, you cannot sleep. You get a sleeplessness disease. So all that is the experiences you go through in life. So are you saying all this happened because I misunderstand myself? Yes. So this I, this glittering blue eye I put in the picture is not the true I. No. The Tvam vicharam that we did so far is not saying this I, the small I, the blue eye here, is a notional I because this is the I, the ahambhavam. Because I'm entrapped in the avidya. How do I come out of this avidya? What does the caterpillar does? And it breaks away the cocoon and fly like a butterfly. So you break the avidya. But how do I break it? Well, avidya is darkness. You need the light. So do I have to work hard for it? If you want to, but the easiest way is just get one knowledge. The knowledge is, where is the light? You don't need to do any upavasam, puja, seva, so many punyas. All that is fine. In a way, you have to do all that because only when you do all that, you will come to this thirst of knowledge. Where is the light? By knowing that what? By knowing that you go to the light. If at all you have to do an action, that jiva yatra, you go to the light. If you go to the light, what happens? Well, the light goes in, nothing happens, nothing you need to do because darkness goes away. You realize avidya is not there. Then what happened? The cocoon is burst. You are just, I am that I. I am the life energy. I am the life. I am the energy. I am the Shakti. I am the Shivam. I am the Shivam that shines forth. I am the Shakti that create all the matters in the body. So luckily we are learning Devi Mahatmyam, Saundaryalagari, all this thing going on, but it's really God's blessing that we get an opportunity to study all this because they are all the same. It comes in Devi Mahatmyam, there are some stories, some Purana, some imagery, same truth. Saundaryalagari, some Sostra, some worship, Upasana, same truth. Vaakya Vritti, same truth. But this truth is so dear to us, so important to us, because it is making you to realize your true self. The Prakriti and Purusha is I. See, this is a slightly better understanding because Shivoham, Bhagavan is singing, right? I am the Shivam. But the same Bhagavan says Shivashakti Yukta Bhavati. The Shivam, if it is there, it goes to the Paramarthika Satya, timelessness, attributelessness. There is no word. There is no way you can say who you are. And you cannot tell anybody because there's nobody else is there. It's not frightening because there is no difference to other than you. So that means you are a Paripuranandam. Maunam, Monam, that Advaita Anubhuti. But when I am in the transactional world, if I have realized that I am that Paripurnatvam, I am able to be here as what? As a Sakshi. What is a Sakshi? This is what the next mantra is going to do. Yeah, Sakshi Lakshano Bodhastvam Padartha se Uchyate. Sakshitvam Abhibhotrutvam Avikarite Atmanaha. Yaha Lakshanaho Sakshi Bodhaha. That I, that Atma, that Lakshanam. The Vilakshanam means differentiate. Differentiate from everything else. But what is that? That is Sakshi. That Sakshi is clearly explained. Sa Uchyate. It has been explained. By what? By the word you. Tvam Padartha. So Tvam Padarthat Sa Uchyate Lakshanaha Sakshi Lakshanaha. It is called Sakshi Bodham, Sakshi Chaitanyam. The witnessing power, the Sakshitvam, Api is again, what is that? Bhutatvam. Bhutatvam means the knowingness, the awareness. Awareness where? On the part of yourself, Atmanaha. So what he's saying is, the awareness in you, Bhutatvam, within you, Atmanaha, Atmanaha Bhutatvam, is Sakshitvam. That is a witness. That is Sakshi Lakshanam. That is the Lakshanam. That is what is defined. And that is Tvam Padartham. That is the Tvam Padartha meaning. You means that. But what is the Sakshi? Very important part. Avikaritaya. It is without any modification. The witness should not be modified. If witness also, like a security guard in an ATM office, I told you, his job is to just look at it, who comes and goes. If he also goes and transact with the money, then he corrupt. So Sakshi is someone, Sakshi doesn't do any work. Well, the Gurkha is writing registers, okay, ignore all that part. By looking at it, so when you look at me, you don't do any work. Your eyes are open, I am visible to you. It happens. Sun is full of light. Sun gives light. Sun does not give light. Sun is there, light is there. Atma is there, Sakshitvam is there. So your awareness is looking at your mind as an eternal witness. That eternal witness is you. What you must remember, the world you see, you hear, see, smell, all that is happening in the mind. And the mind get the power because of the Sakshi Chaitanya. It's a reflected light. The light comes into the mental screen. Who is seeing the mind screen? The Sakshi. So Atma sees the mind, mind sees the world. Atma does not see the world. That's why when I say I see you, Balaji, it's my mind that sees you, Balaji. And Balaji's figure comes to my mind. Atma knows my mind is seeing Balaji because it's a Sakshi. The Atma is only looking at the mind. That's why the mind is pure, without any dust particle, like a pure mirror. When Atma looks at the mind will reflect what? Atma. You get the realization. The world doesn't appear in your mind. The world looks like Atma. It's not the world is going to disappear, but you don't see as a world, you see as a Parameshwara, as a Brahman, as yourself. Because whatever you look is what you have in your mind. If I see an apple, but my mind is not in the apple, I'm thinking about my office, in my mind there's no apple picture. Apple doesn't exist for me. And you tell me, hey, did you see the apple there? No. Why? My mind was engaged something else. So no matter something exists in front of the eye, it doesn't happen as an experience to you unless your mind becomes that thing. The vritti becomes, vritti bhavam becomes that one. Understand? Now, when the pure mind is there, it is like a spatikam. Then, because Atma is looking at the mind all the time, and mind is a mirror, mind will reflect Atma. That means your true form is even cognizable. I'm using it very carefully. You become realized person. But you don't know you become realized person. Because if you know it, it becomes an object. But you will look very different to the world because you don't see differences anymore. You see everything sarvatma bhavam. Hey, you can say, this man was, I know this guy, he used to fight with me before 10 years back. Now you look at him, look, he's glowing. I believe he got some God's blessing. God's kripa has come to it. He doesn't get angry. He's sit everybody same. Because his mind is full of his Atma Chaitanyam. That is liberation. That is Jivan Mukta. The last verse, then we can stop it there. So it just basically summarizes the Upasamhar. This is the summary. Therefore, Dehendriya Manapranaha Ahankritipyo Vilakshanaha Brojidashesha Shadbhava Vikarastum Patapitaha. Oh disciple, I am now summarizing to you. What I am summarizing to you? Tvam pada abhitaha. Abhitaha means understand. Tvam pada. Therefore you understand the tvam padartham. What padartham? Not a vachyartham. Vachyartham is you. That's it. This is lakshyartham. Tattvartham. So tvam pada lakshyartham is, therefore, is vilakshanaha. Vilakshanaha means quite different. Free from. Vilakshana means differentiated. So the artham of you are different from. Different from what? He just summarizes what he taught before. Deha, Indriya, Mana, Prana, Ahankritipya. Ahankriti also means Ahankara. Ahankriti. So you are different from your body, from your Indriyas, from your mind, from your Prana, from your Ahankara. Okay. So you can see everything I can discard to the right side. The small eye is now becoming a big eye. And it says, Asesha. Asesha means totally. Don't say big, small. You become that. You are the Brahman. Sesha, Projita. Projita also means free, Vilakshana. Completely. Totally free from Sadbhava vikara. 6 types of changes. It's a rishi called Yakasa. He is the one who coined the word Shatvikara. Existence, birth, growth, change, decay, and destruct. All this kind of a modification you are free from. So this completes the Tvapada Vicharam. Then next 6-7 mantras, we go to do Tatpada Vicharam. Tat means Brahman. So what we have to do, we have to think about it, contemplate, hold on the Lakshyartham of Tvapada Vicharam. See what the technique we are going to do here. We need to prove x equal to y. X is Tat, y is Tvam. Of course, we know heart of heart, all this is just a theoretical exercise, but nevertheless good one. If you need to prove x equal to y, I need to understand what all y structure, what all y contains. Or in other words, what is y's core essence? What is y's lakshyartham? So we got the Tvapada lakshyartham is, this is Atma Chaitanyam, Shuddha Chaitanyam, Sat Chit Anand Chaitanya. Now we have to keep the lakshyartham in remembrance. Then we will do the same pada vicharam for tat pada. We forget about jiva now, forget about you and I. Now we're going to question the God himself. Okay, Brahma. And we're going to go through and find out a lakshyartham for that padam. Now what we need to find? We will find that lakshyartham and this lakshyartham as one and the same. Therefore they must be same. So this is how intellectually we are going to process that. So let's stop it here. Om Ashadoma Sadgamaya.
Om Satoma Satgamaya.
Om Tamashoma Jyotirgamaya.
Om Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya.
Mrityoma Amridam Gamaya.
Mrityoma Amritam Gavaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Harihi Om Tasyate.
Harihi
Hari
Om
Om
Tatsate.
Namastu.
Thank you so much, Guruji.